I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
I heard what happened to you.
Now I have to write everything down just to make it through the day.
When nothing is what it seems.
You want your old life back. You can't give that to me.
How will you know who to trust?
I can help you.
You want me to rob the bank?
Whoever has the money has the power.
What are you doing? Really messed up.
Do your job and shut your mouth.
I have the money. I have the power!
The Lookout. Rated R. In theaters everywhere Friday, March.
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review, and this is a request from MegaPorkChopExpress. Thank you so much. If anyone wants to request any type of reviews or topics, reactions, or anything of the sort, feel free to request it. Either send it directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, this is for a film called The Lookout from 2007, written and directed by a guy who, can't believe I forgot his name, was it Scott Walker? He's a guy who is the same guy who would go, he helped write Out of Sight, Get Shorty. He was one of the writers on Logan. This is one of the only films he got to direct. And it stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt as this guy who's driving one night with his friends and his girlfriend. He's fucking around, not doing what he's supposed to, driving with no lights on. But then, screw up happens, there's an accident, and sometime later, about 4 years later, and he now has troubles with daily life because he can't create much new memories. He's got the long-term ones, vaguely, but it's hard for him to create new ones. So he's got to go to counseling school of how to do a daily basis, and usually can't get past, getting up. He's got to look at notepads. Okay, I do this, do this, do this. And showing the struggles that he has going day-to-day life. His roommate is a blind guy played by Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels is... all the acting is really good in this film. He works at a bank where he's the janitor. He works there at night. And a lot of it is, the drama of Joseph Gordon-Levitt dealing with this, wishing that he was normal, wishes that he could overcome this. And Jeff Daniels, he's a fun character because he has a good, wise-ass sense of humor. But also he's a very good friend to Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character. Then one night at a bar, this guy helps him because his owner's ready to take advantage. And the guy even goes, oh, $17 tip for a $3 beer? And so they start bonding, and you're showing more of the struggles that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character's getting through. Like visiting family, and even Jeff Daniels later says, I don't think you should go home anymore. The movie does a good job fleshing out the characters. Understanding Joseph's plight, his lot in life, what's going on, his frustration, and again the difficulty of the day-to-day course, as well as again this yearning to do something so that he's not an invalid as he sees himself. And there's hopes and dreams like him and Jeff to open up a place up, like a gas station slash restaurant. He's friends with his deputy Ted, very nice guy who comes over. He's like, hey, you don't need to check. No, I'm not just coming over to check on the bank. I come each day to check up on you. But in a nice way. Like, he's a good guy. And the bottom line of the plot is the guy met at the bar, and he's known him from the past, I believe from school. But he pretty much gets pulled into doing this robbery at the bank, and he's going to be the lookout. And how that all happens, things go wrong, things go haywire, and redemption moment for Joseph's character. It's one of those movies that you're going into it. It's not an action film. It's not a movie that you're getting a big, intricate details of the robbery. I mean, it's a very small bank, and that scene, it's hard to even call it just technically a set piece, but it's nothing big or grand. If you're expecting that, that's not this kind of movie. Like I said, the movie works because of the fleshing out of the characters. And I like really good I'm a fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, if I not stutter. I like him in this film called Brick, which I know is directed by Rian Johnson, but, I gotta admit, that's a good film, despite what the fuck he did with Star Wars. That's a good movie. Premium Rush. I think that's an underrated film with Levitt. And those are the two that come to mind the most, but there's been others where he's been rather effective and solid. Of course, he got killed by Michael Myers at the beginning of Halloween H2O. And Jeff Daniels, like I say, he did a good job portraying a blind character without making it silly or goofy, but he made it seem real. This is this girlfriend that gets with Joseph's character, and Jeff he didn't see through, well, that's the wrong way. Well, even as a blind man, he can see through her bullshit. Because he has a past of his own. He's like, oh yeah, well, who are you? Okay, that's cool. So what do you really want? And calls her out on her bullshit. Because he's being, wants to look out for his friend. Again, you could tell why this is a writer that won accolades for films like Get Shorty and Out of Sight. He's a very good, talented writer. And whether it be showcasing Joseph's anguish about what happened in the past and wishing he could change things, or moments where he's losing it because he's remembering more vivid memories of that night. When things go into the shit pile later on, how he wants to redeem himself and then wants to work out a plan. And he has to try to do that, otherwise someone he cares for may die. And it's a satisfying ending. It doesn't pull any cheap shots. It doesn't pull any out of left field bullshit. Spoiler alerts, darn spoilers. He makes a plan, he follows it, he's able to hide the money and the shotgun, and then he's able to do something so that later on when he sees it, he's forgotten it, but he sees something and reminds him. He's able to use the shotgun to kill one. The other dies of his wounds. Because as Jeff Daniels said before, hey, stories, they have endings. You just have to work backwards from there. Look at the ending and work backwards. So, I mean, I know this isn't a long review, but it's just a good movie. It's well shot, it's well acted, it's well written. And was never boring. It kept me interested to see where these characters would go, and it kept at a solid pace. And yeah, the Lookout was just solid filmmaking. And I guess maybe because this film didn't do well, so he didn't get to direct a whole lot after this. In fact, I don't even know if he's directed again. I should look it up. I should have done it before, but if it lets me, I know the camera's going to freeze up a bit. Does that when I open up a page? But yeah, it came out 2007, and this is a film I've been curious about for a bit because of the cast, and did not disappoint. Did not disappoint. Like I said, it's not an action film. I wouldn't even call it a thriller. You also have Matthew Goode, Isla Fisher, Scott Frank. Scott Frank was the director's name. And, oh, he did A Walk Among the Tombstones. Okay. I liked that one too, so that's the same guy. A Walk Among the Tombstones, a Liam Neeson film I did enjoy. Oh, he helped write Malice, Get Shorty, Minority Report, Marley and Me, The Wolverine, but also Logan. Yeah, the director, okay, he did direct Walk Among the Tombstones, that's cool. Scott Frank. Good job, Scott. So yeah, it's well worth a look if you enjoy these type of films. Crime films. It's definitely a worthwhile crime film. And this is a film no one really talks about. No one ever really mentions this movie, so maybe call it a bit underrated as well. It got good critical reviews when it came out, but kind of came and went at the box office, which is too bad. Didn't overstay his welcome, and like I said, fleshing out those characters, doing it so well, that's definitely the biggest positive I could take away from this movie. So, with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.